Asher Command, name Raid Shadow Legends. I am not alone today. I am joined by Big Poppa Druck. Big Poppa, what's up, man? Welcome back.
What up? What up, Ash? Thanks so much for having me back, bro. Good to be here. I'm stoked.
It's always my pleasure. This is collab number 1 of 2 because I'm not sure the order that I'm uploading these videos, but we have a big Armand's the Magnificent controversy that needs to be addressed. You've gone and done it, man. You pissed off half the raid community. So we need to discuss, but that's a teaser. We're not doing it today. We're doing it in a few days. So that's we're gonna get into it here, man. I love having you on the channel. Druck, guys, if you don't know him, I'm sure you do. He's been on the channel a few times before, but his YouTube channel and his Twitch, we were just talking off air. But my man, you've been slaying the Raid Shadow Legends Twitch scene right now. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, bro. Thank you so much, dude. It's been an incredible journey in the streaming scene on weirdly enough YouTube and Twitch, because now you can multi-stream to both. So yeah, it's just, you know, really exciting. And I think it's one of those things where I'm just really I'm thankful and grateful to all the people that pop in to watch me, you know, get owned in arena or sometimes own other people. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Congrats. Today, we're going to go through the factions, every faction in the game, kind of an updated thing that we used to do a while ago here on the channel, and pick kind of like drafting, right? We're going to pick our favorite, just overall the best champion in every faction, who we would start an account with, I guess. So those are the parameters here, Druck. And we can't pick the same one, though. So you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this. Rock.
You're the guest. You get to go first. Let's start with the good old Bannerlords.
Oh, baby. This is a real tough one, man. This
right?
Is really
and
tough.
I haven't like put any thought into this. This is all off the cuff here, right? And I was worried that like we're always going to just pick mythicals, right? But I feel like we're not going to do that. We'll see. We'll see.
No. I think there's a couple factions where legendary champions will still win out. So it should be fun to see kind of where we land. But
Yes. I'm going to say there are probably not going to be a lot of epics and rares, just because, not to say there's not a lot of really good epics and rares, the Seers, the Cold Hearts of the world, but, you know, we're starting an account. We might as well go for something that's going to probably be tough to get, right?
Yeah, 100% agree. And I think for Bannerlords, like, to me, there's one, it's really kind of tough between two, but I think for me, there's one clear-cut choice.
Okay.
And it's got to be Taurus. Like,
okay.
If I'm starting an account, I want Taurus. I want to nuke. I want to dominate. I want to frustrate and anger everyone that goes against him in the arena. I mean, what can you say about Taurus, Ash? He's one of the most broken champions of the game still to this day. Even with Narcissus as a counter, he's still absurdly strong. So for me, it's got to be Taurus.
For those of you who don't know, Druck is a live arena specialist, a PvP specialist. So I will be peppering in plenty of arena endgame questions along the video, starting with Narcissus or Taurus. Who would you choose?
I'm still taking Taurus, honestly, over Narcissus. I still, and I think it comes down to his passive. Like, that's the reason why. He's just harder to kill. He's harder to kill.
Okay, fair enough. I would go Narcissus, but that's why I'm not an endgame live arena player.
There you go. Hey.
There we go. All right, I will go. I thought about good old Androck, and it's probably the right answer. But since you took Taurus off the board, I'm going to go Marishka.
Yeah, baby.
I think it's the better choice, even over Androck, just because, I mean, literally, I'm starting an account with Marishka. I have one of the best support, healers, cleansers, everything in the game, everywhere. You know, speed all battle aura, you know, block damage from bomb, poison, HP burn. We know Marishka. I'm going Marishka.
Yeah, that's who I would pick too. Like, I mean, yeah, she's just incredible. You can use her in everything.
Would your 3 be Androck? Would number 3 be Androck for you? Or
you know, this is tough. I think probably it would be Androck, but that recent nerf with the enfeeble stuff really hurts what he does a lot. So
how could you do this to me?
I could see you making an argument for other champions in this like, you know, in this category. Maybe Aislinn, maybe, you know, Baron potentially, if you really want to go nukers, but probably Androck, I guess, if you're thinking overall.
All right, hi Elves. I did you dirty, Druck, man. I did you dirty. I gave you a first pick. I gave you a first pick on Bannerlords.
I wonder who the choice is going to be here.
I can get Galathir. Welcome to the squad. Last time we talked, you didn't have him. Do you have him now?
No, I don't have him, and he is insane. So
yeah, he would be. Am I crazy in saying that he would be my #1 choice out of any champion in the entire game? to start
I
an account?
actually don't think that's a crazy statement at all. I
right,
think
all right.
he does. If you're looking to do all content,
Right, that's what I'm saying. He just what doesn't he do for all content?
Yeah.
I mean, where can't I use him? I feel like reviving. I mean, I can't. I'm not even gonna go over his kit. You can check it out in game. He's like a Duchess on steroids. Who are you going for number 2 here?
This is like really tough when I'm thinking about number 2.
I have an answer, and I know it's not going to be yours.
I was literally talking about.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, well, so this is what's so interesting because I'm looking through this and like you
Right.
can make an argument for someone like Athorion, of course, with the enemy max HP stuff for Hydra, and maybe this is crazy, but I think I'm going Arbiter, bro. I think.
Wait, you're gonna get her for free anyway, bro?
Oh, okay. But I'm saying like overall, like.
Yeah. I know. I'm just joking. Okay,
Yeah,
I like it. Stick with Arbiter.
The reason why is because she can do it all, right?
She does.
Reses, she increases speed, not increases speed, but increases turn meter.
Yeah.
She's able to do stuff both in PvE and PvP.
She got the weaken. She got the reduced
she's got a
cooldown.
weaken.
Yeah.
She also, underrated part of her kit, the fact that she can decrease the duration of buffs.
Yep.
Without becoming polymorphed. So yeah, I think I'm doing it. I think I'm going Arbiter. I don't know.
Okay. No. I like that choice. I love Arbiter. I use Arbiter on one of my Hydra teams. I'm a big fan. I would have gone with Wallmaster. That would have been my choice. He's just nuts. He's nuts. So I really love this guy.
You've got him, right?
I do. Yeah. Do you?
I do not have him. I saw you did a little video on him and said he was insane, though.
He's pretty dang insane. He's got the extra turn self-buffing. He's got the enemy max HP on the A2, 3-turn cooldown. Then he has another AoE on the A1. He's just really good damage dealer for Hydra specifically. Anyway, let's go on to the next faction here, Sacred Order. That would be you picking first, my friend.
Yeah, and what a reversal from the last video we did with the person I'm going to pick right now. Because we did a video, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, talking about mythical. And the worst mythical, it was Siegfried. Well, guess what, baby? Now he's one of the best. So Siegfried, come on home. Daddy needs you. Daddy wants you.
How you like that? You're not my dad.
Yeah, I'm going Siegfried.
Is he your favorite attack-based nuker in the game for Arena?
No, I'm going to say no.
Nutcracker?
He's definitely in the conversation. He's definitely in the conversation for sure. I think one of the things that's different with Siegfried still versus other attack-based nukers is that you can still lock him out, right? Because his
can't switch form.
Can't switch forms. So that's the thing. But what I will say is, obviously, he does insane damage now. And I think on my team, not only is he still super awesome in PvP, but you could also use this champion in PvE because of the second form if things really get hairy. So
Sand Devil,
Yeah, and he's a very underrated wave clearer in PvE. Like his Seraphic wave actually kind of is nuts in wave clearing. So I'm going Siegfried, baby. Yeah.
I think that's a great choice. It is funny how the mighty, or we'll reverse that, how the fallen have now become mighty. Okay, next up, I think there's an obvious choice here as I look. I might want to pick up Maud just to be like the third player in the game who has her, but I'm not gonna go for it. How do people have this champion already? This is insane.
I can't believe that they actually have her. Like I've only got 65 fragments on her.
13 reviews right now.
That's insane. I don't know how people actually have her. I'm blown away.
Me too. I did not even realize that because I was originally going to say so I could be the first person to have Maud in the game, and I'm like, oh my god, she has reviews. I will go Cardial. I think Cardial is same thing. Jack of all trades. Can use him absolutely everywhere. PvE, PvP, speed in all battles. We know his kit, right? The ally attack. I'm a sucker for ally attackers everywhere in the game. Love it. Start off with an early blender arena team. Obviously, can be used everywhere from Fire Knight to Hydra to everywhere in between. So I'm gonna go Cardio.
I think that's the right choice. Like he's still an incredible champion all these years later, and he looks so sick. I mean, look at his golden glistening body, Ash. Look at it with the sword.
You see the wings though. The wings.
Oh, the wings.
So anyway, sorry. I thought I was by myself for a second there. Barbarians.
Interesting one. I'm curious what you do here.
Well, obviously, sailing the drinks. No, I'm joking. I love you so. I am Listen, Allah's is it's very hard not to. The question in my mind right now is it Allah's or can I find somebody else? And I think I found somebody else. I think not to hit a sore spot here, Drock, but I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Mr. Armand the Magnificent.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I think we'll leave all the commentary for the next video. Who would you go with?
I would have picked Armand's as well, funny enough. So that would have definitely been my choice. So
who's your number 2? I mean, number 2, honestly, or I could see a lot of people picking a couple others even over Armand's, though.
There are 2 others. Yeah, there's like 4 champions here that I think you could make a really good argument. Actually, maybe even 5 in some cases. Like
I've already got. I'm showing the viewers, but not you, who I would choose.
I'm really curious. This is tough. I think. I'm really torn here. I think I am going to go Alaz just because of the versatility of having both forms. The counterattack, the block damage, the fact that you could hypothetically use him to damage an arena, but also use him in PvE, you could use him in clan boss, a lot of different areas. Also, I just love the fact that he looks like of a Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan in his second form. And what can I say? I love Dragon Ball Z. So I think I'm going to go Alaz.
He's a pretty cool looking dude.
I'm going Alaz.
Okay. Who would be your next one? I think the ones I showed Alaz. I showed Tuanarok, Valkyrie, and Archer Queen were the other 3.
Those were the 3 that I was debating. And like I think any of those you could make a legitimate.
I would go Archer Queen though if I had to.
That was the one that I was most thinking about because she is pretty nuts. Like,
and plus the scarcity on her, it might as well be mythical, right?
Yeah, or worse. You can't get her anymore.
Can't get her. So maybe I would go with her. I don't even know. Anyway, I digress though. You went first, right? Or did I go?
You went first in that one.
Armand's.
You stole Armand's. So now it's
you said what?
Ooh, this is because Ogryn Tribes is actually kind of a tricky one here.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Do you have Gizmak?
I don't have him, and I know he's really, really good. I know he is extremely good. But
you know what? But he wouldn't be my choice though.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm gonna mix it up, and I am gonna go Grazer. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Grazer. I think you could make an argument for either one, but I'm gonna go Grazer because I do have him. I use him in my Hydra teams all the time. That max HP damage is nuts. The fact that he provokes, increases defense, and that he can heal. I think Grazer would probably be my choice. So yeah, Grazer's my boy. That's who I'm rolling with.
I think that is a great choice, and I would also prefer Grazer. I would also pick Grazer, personally, as my first. That being said, as number 2, I will go Gizmak as number 2. I will go. I thought I would try to get cute there, but Gizmak is awesome. The only thing is to be fair, I really don't use him a lot. You ever have? I'm sure you have champions like that, right? That like are great, but you're just like, Gizmak would be literally he could bring HP burn into the arena if polymorph didn't exist. Like he could be the guy who makes burn an arena viable strategy, even at the top of arena, but you can't because he puts burns on the other team at the beginning of the turn,
Yes, you're so right. Like if polymorph were the thing, or if it were like balanced better, I would 1,000,000% pick him because of his versatility to go into arena and absolutely just smack. But because polymorph is here,
you can't. And that's the problem with Gizmak is he's super good. I don't want to take anything away from him. I really love this dude. Very fun, very cool, hits very hard. But the coolest part about his kit is he does have an extra turn buffing ability, a really good one. Increased crit damage, crit rate, crit speed on all allies. Extra turn. He's placing the burns at the start of the round and the turn. You switch and you go with Kaboom. It's an AoE, you extra hit if you kill an enemy. He's got extra hits on enemies with burn. They all have burn anyway. It hits very hard. So that's a great 1-2 punch in the arena or, anywhere else. But it's not like, if I want to instant act or if I want a PvE burner, I just go with like Artak or whoever. There's a billion instant activators now,
Yeah, that is true.
He's in this weird spot for me, but he's still awesome, So anyway.
I wish I had him, put it like this. I definitely wish I had him. I'm jealous that you do have him.
Final question. Well, let's just go to Lizardmen because it's gonna tie in here.
Yes.
Are you team Grazer or are you team Chris the Ageless if you could choose one between the two?
You know, that's a great question. I just did a World's Strongest Krisk video too. So and he was like, Ash, he was the guy I wanted when I started as a content creator.
You have a +4 fully empowered, fully awakened?
I +4 fully awakened, God tier Kraken.
Good for you.
You know,
good for you.
Me. Is it good for me? We can debate that later. But
good for Plarium. Good for Plarium. Can we agree on that?
Plarium, yeah, great for Plarium.
More money.
He was the guy when I started as a content creator and I was doing shard pull videos, and that's how I started off. He was the dude I wanted the most. Like, he was the one. I was really hoping to get him.
So just say Grazer.
Yeah, going Grazer, baby. Boom.
You're doing the compliment before. It sounds like you're on The Bachelor and you're gonna give the other guy, the girl with the rose or whatever. You're like, you were the one I really wanted when I came out the limo. When you came out the limo, you were the one I wanted.
Now it's gotta be Grazer. I love
it's
that
Cynthia
Max
Iron
HP.
Gut over there.
Oh man,
right.
You know, I think I would probably pick Grazer over him now. It is tough.
I would too. Love you, Chris. Love you. Don't hate us, guys. Don't hate us.
Yeah, I do love him.
Hey, look at this. I go first, and I'll take Lazarus. Sorry about that.
Jealous. I'm jealous.
So let me guess. This is the attack-based nuker that you put over Siegfried.
Yeah, this guy is just is. God, he's so good.
I don't have him, but boy, does he annoy me in the arena. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, like, people underrate
out. Yeah.
His support stuff is god tier too. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm going. He hits hard, can't be locked out. Like you said, he's way more than just a nuker. So yeah, he'd be my guy. I don't have him, but he'd be my guy. So you got number 2. Who are you going with here?
It's got to be Krisk. It's got to be my boy.
Right?
I'm going Krisk. You know what I mean? Just all content still works. Like, he's not an arena champion anymore like he used to be for arena defense, but for every other piece of content in the game, he's still super viable. So it's got to be my boy Krisk.
I'll tell you what, man. I think instead of Krisk, I would go Sulfurion, but it might be just my FOMO. It might be my FOMO because I don't have him, and I'm just like, oh, everybody loves this guy. He's so good. He's a reviver who activates burns, you know? So
That's fair, actually. I don't have him either, so that's probably why I didn't go with him. But everyone does talk about how good he is, so I don't know. Maybe people pick Sulfurion over him.
Yeah. All right. Skinwalkers, you're up first this time, and I'm assuming you're not going to go with the mythical here.
I am not going with the mythical because Mesmel does need a buff for sure.
I'll tell you what, though, man, just a little stupid anecdotal story that nobody cares about is I made a video. I pulled her. I made a video. I built like 5 legendaries or 5 mythicals, excuse me, for the video. And I really was not kind to Mesmel at all, right, in the video. And then a bunch of people, probably about a dozen people in the comments were like, you have no clue, she's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. And then I went into the arena, and like, the thing that I was most disappointed about her was the Scarlet Crescent, her ability that has a block revive. I was like, dude, it doesn't even hit. What does it matter if you have block revive, which you can't kill anybody? And then I went into the arena. Granted, it was against someone who was like over 5,000 live arena, so like it was a mismatch for yours truly. And dude, she like methodically, boom, block revive, one shot, reset. They had a reset, Crixie or whatever. Reset, boom, block revive. I was like, oh my God, she was smacking. I don't know what kind of gear they had on her, but golly. Anyway, sorry, I digress. You're up.
No, you're not wrong. She's, I think, better than people rate her.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think she's better than people rate her, especially because her second form is actually kind of scary with all the AoEs.
Yeah.
But I do think at the highest of high levels, she needs just a teeny bit more damage on the block revive to really be terrifying.
I agree.
And then I would probably pick her. But because she's not there yet. And this is actually a really tough one for me because there's 3 champions I see here that I'm like, I would totally pick any of these champions. And then there's the sentimentalist in me who's like, do I pick the champion that I have used the most, who was like my main man for a long time? And the answer is yes, I do, because sentimentality sometimes matters. So Leorius the Proud.
Leo!
I know it's not the most popular choice, but this guy, Ash, he was my nuke beast. Like, him and I just have a soft spot in my heart for him. I love Leorius, so I'm going with Leorius.
He's still got it, man. I mean, the thing about Leo, I mean, I don't need to tell you, he was your man. You could probably tell me about him, but like, it's 3 things, right? It's the damage, it's that amazing A2. They just don't have to worry about the CCs, and obviously, it's the fact that he just can't get one shot like easily. You know, like, he just can't get put out. You know, it's just for a squishier attack-based champion, he's like exactly what you'd want. You know.
He is.
Anyway,
he is.
I'm
His
telling
kid
you
when it
about your
came out-
favorite, just in case you didn't know.
No, tell me more. Tell me more why I love this man so much.
All right, dude, this is a tough one. I won't lie. This is a tough one. There's a lot of champions here are close to me, to each other, you know. But for me, it's between Nishak, Ragash, Sun Wukong, and Mighty Uko.
Yeah. Who you picking? Who you going with?
I think I'm gonna go. You know what? I probably use. I don't know. Who cares? This is a tough one, bro.
I love this.
I was gonna go Ragash.
He's great.
But then I'm like, do I just go Nishak and just have Bommel on lockdown? Like I don't have to worry about anything, you know, for my new account.
That's actually very fair. That's very fair.
I can't choose, man. This is so stupid. I'll stop hemming and hawing. I'm gonna go Ragash, because you know what? Because Ragash, even though I don't use him a heck of a lot right now, he's a beast everywhere. PvP, PvE. This guy, like, he power crept every debuffer and every his defense base. He's got decreased defense. He's got a stun. He's got a ton of damage. He's got increased speed, strengthen, perfect veil. Come on, man. It's just ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
He's got it all. He's got it all. He's awesome. He's an awesome champ for sure.
You would have went Sun Wukong, right? Next.
You know what's funny is that like part of me wants to go Sun Wukong, but then the other part is like, but Uko, you know what I mean? Like,
okay,
Uko. I do like Uko a lot, but you know what? I think I would have gone Sun Wukong. Yeah, I do.
I'm
think I
probably
would have gone
foolish
Sun
for
Wukong.
not going Sun Wukong. It's the free discount that I'm giving him. Like, oh, he was free. I'm not going to go Sun Wukong. All right, Orc time.
Yeah, right.
Orc time.
Orc time. Wait, am I up?
I think you're up. I think you're up.
I'm up.
I did too much hemming and hawing that last round. Go.
Okay, this is actually a little tricky, I think, because I see three here that I would really consider.
One.
But I can't lie. I think I'm.
Three.
Oh, actually, maybe four. Actually, now that I'm looking, I probably should. If I'm really thinking about like starting a new account, I think I got to go Artak. If I'm starting a brand new account,
whoa!
And I want like. I know this is like I'm throwing you for a
shocking
loop
me
here.
right now, because that was your controversial opinion on our last collab, bro.
I know, because I didn't know his power, Ash, and then I watched more Ash videos, and I was like, I understand now. I've been educated.
On our last collab, guys, we ranked all the login reward champions in case you missed it, and yeah, you weren't very high on Artak.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't, but I think.
But now you've come a long way. This is crazy. You put him number one.
It's the free to play series. Like now, I've done so much free to play stuff, but I'm like, wait a second, my boy Artak's kind of nasty in some areas.
Because like, what doesn't he do, right?
Yeah, because like for PvE, if I'm thinking about like I want to try to do as much content in the game, I think he would be super helpful from that perspective. It was really hard. I'm not gonna lie, as an arena player, to not be like, hey, Garal, baby. Hey, come on home.
Right.
But I do think if I'm starting an account, I would probably want to have him just for the variety of content that he does. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I probably am.
I think you're getting too cute there. I think Garrel's.
Maybe I am. What are you going, Garrel? You going, Garal?
the ball's on me to tell you. Like, I think you're just trying to get too cute, man.
Like, what do you do?
I'm just joking. I think he's a beast. Obviously, Warlord's a beast. I think that people like really sleep on Supreme Galek. He's the best Supreme out there. I have a soft spot for Nadar, my buddy, but I would never pick him. But I love him.
Yeah.
But I think it's Garel, or as you say, Garal. I think it's Garal because, you know, the thing is, I only use her as a Hydra, and I feel like, do you have her?
I do have her, and I do use her in Hydra. She is insane in Hydra for sure.
I feel like she's like available in every cursed city area. Yeah. Like I use her in like every cursed city. They're like, oh, she's available again, huh? So I use her there. I use her Hydra. Do you think I should, if you were me, would you change her from Hydra and build her for arena build as like a main, as my number one nuker option?
You could do it for both. That's the beauty of it. You could build her for arena and she can absolutely smack, and she is like nasty in arena. And the great thing is, like, if you build her for arena and you're building her the way you should at like top level, like my Garal, 270 speed, like 8,500 attack, 320% crit damage. So she smacks in arena and in Hydra. So you can do both. You can do both, baby.
The reason I'm going for her, though, is really her base form, which I really don't utilize on my account right now. But like, this is why it's just like with the provoke, with the ally protection, with the block buffs, the shield, everything else that she brings on top of all that damage. I feel like I can ride her hard in the early game, and then the mid game, and then switch to the end game as well. But you can say the same thing about Artak, put him in a stun set. So I can't disagree with that. Demonspawn time.
Oh baby.
You're up. I mean, I'm up.
No, you're up.
Yeah. Let's see. I will go with 1, 2, 3 choices here for me. I will go, and by the way, for the viewers at home, I got this guy, this girl, and this guy are my 3 kind of options here.
I'm curious.
I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm going to shock the world because I think this is the obvious choice right here, guys, right? Am I right? I'm going to go with Kymar. I'm going to go Prince Kymar. Over Duchess, over everybody else, because Kymar is the true jack of all trades, you know? Heck, not that I don't think anybody actually does this, but I could put him in a stun set if I wanted to. He's got an AoE on his A1. I could use him as my arena speed lead forever. I could use him to remove buffs. He's got the sleep. And then, of course, I could use him to reset. As soon as I start getting Seer and the reset champions that I need to reset, I could use him there as well. So, yeah, I think for overall utility, Kymar. But now that I say it out loud, I feel like I'm a fool. But go ahead and take her.
I actually don't, in some ways, disagree with you, which is what's great. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that like reset ability, when you're thinking about like obviously the obvious choice here is Duchess, right? That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that's,
yeah.
you've picked Kymar, I'm going Duchess because
Maybe
Duchess unlocked.
Too cute, you know?
maybe, yeah, you're getting a little cute there.
Like I've got the second best reviver or whatever in the game sitting me right in a fit. You know? I'm like, no. Yeah.
No. She's still incredible. All these years later, she's still usable in every area of content. She unlocks basically everything. You know, but I could see your argument for Kymar because realistically, Kymar lets you do stuff fast. You know what I mean? Duchess lets you do everything, but you're not going to do Fire Knight if it's a 10-minute run. You're not going to do that to farm. You know what I mean? Or even Spider or other stuff like that, where you could hypothetically beat it with her on the team. But Kymar lets you do stuff fast. So I think that I don't, weirdly enough, disagree with your choice. You know what I mean?
I made a mistake, Drak.
No.
I made a mistake. I want to trade. If you don't disagree, want to trade?
No. I'm good luck with you. I'm keeping Duchess, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not as bad as you maybe thought.
Okay. I think that Duchess is the pick. Let's not get crazy here. All right, Undead Horde, you got pick.
Yes, I got pick. This is actually a little bit hard. Just kidding. It's Sifi, baby. You know it's gonna be Sifi. I mean, she's still incredible, so it's got to be Sifi for me. She does it all.
Okay, I think that is also the obvious choice here, right? It's the obvious choice. I mean,
yes,
she's got the most disgust. What's your favorite? Isn't the most powerful thing about Sifi, in your opinion, just the A1? Do you think that is that an overstatement?
I think it's become less powerful because of champions like Ancora in some ways, like, you know, because of UDK and Ancora. If you look at Arena, you can counter it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But if you don't have those champions on your team, like you can lose to a Sifi. And there'll be times where I put my like Kraken +4 Sifi as like it's the only champion in Arena, and lower level players will challenge her and they can't kill her. They literally can't kill her because they can't get through her speed. They can't get through the fact that she heals herself and the fact that she has the ability to control their damage dealer with that A1. So
she really is so good. She really is. You know, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was not down on her, but I was like not putting her as one of my top champions in the game for a while. And then I came right back around. I don't know. I was just like, I mean, it's the passive. It's like, you know, everybody thinks of the active abilities, the A2, the A3, but it's just like, it's the A1, the passive, her stats, you know, it's all added up, right?
Yeah, and look at those legs, Ash. I mean, just saying, she can kind of get it.
Oh, hello. Whoa. Doesn't look very undead to me.
No, not at all.
Get out before I kill you!
I've never actually noticed that. Thanks for the heads up there.
I actually haven't either until I was looking at her model right now. And I was like, wait, her legs are
like, she does have legs? What are you talking about?
I didn't think she had legs.
Okay. All right. There we go. That's another video for another day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Who am I going to go with? Who's left here? obviously we got Rhodos, we got UDK, we have the new mythical, the Calamitous, who looks like he's probably one of the worst mythicals. So Bad Alcazar, Valkanen, Mashal. Shoot, I don't feel like this is super obvious here, but I will go. I feel like when in doubt, if there's not a super obvious, you just go with like the most tanky, ridiculous dude in the game, and that's Necrot the Great. I feel like, because I love ally attack, and he can keep everybody alive. I can use this dude absolutely everywhere, and I will not regret it for sure. Who would you go second out of everybody here?
You know what's funny is I was gonna say Necrot, and for the same reasons you just did, but now I'm like, maybe I would go Ultimate Death Knight.
UDK?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's the free champion discount I'm giving him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because I know how prevalent he is still to this day in stuff like Classic Arena and also Live Arena. And I've heard that he actually can be used in some PvE teams, but I wouldn't quibble with either one of those picks. I think they're both incredible champs. I think either one.
Okay, Dark Elf time. And I think that's me this time. Let's see. Who am I going to go with here? Oof. I really don't. I ended up from our last video, I pulled the beetle here, Hive Lord.
Oh,
I really don't like him at all. I'm sorry, guys.
Congrats, my friend. He's
he's something. He's something.
Yeah.
All right. So I have one champion in this faction who I love way more than anybody else in the entire game, right? But I'm not sure if I can pick her. I think I would go similar to you going Arbiter. I think I'd go with one of the free, the free, like Lydia or Mithrala. I just think they're head and shoulders the best here, I would say. But then again, I know I'm gonna get them, and I'll go with Lydia. Can't go wrong. I mean, the A2 is like starting a game with this A2. I feel like, okay, I don't need debuff versus support in any faction. It doesn't matter anywhere, or any affinity rather, I should say, anywhere. That's it. I guess I'll go Lydia. Who would you go with?
I actually would have picked her too. I think she's the overall head and shoulders, in my opinion, best champion in this faction for the most content.
Head and shoulders above Mithrala.
Yeah, head and shoulders. I
wouldn't give her head and shoulders above Mithrala, personally.
Okay, that's fair, because I am going to select Mithrala, which is hilarious. I am going to go with your second choice for sure, because I do think Mithrala is also really, really, really good, and good in a lot of different content
A3,
as well.
Man,
the A3 is awesome. And the passive is incredible, which is great. And then also, I mean, Hex for Hydras.
A2, yeah, I mean, she just brings so much, right? You're like, cleanse, strengthen, shield, petrification, unlimited resistance, increase attack, increase defense, Hex as well, poisons. It's like, oh, wow, golly, you're awesome.
The arena player in me would love to pick someone like a Queen Ava, or like, you know what I'd really love to pick if they ever buff this champion? The player, if you ever watch or buff this champion, would actually be Fatalis Blade Master.
Oh, yeah?
From a kit perspective.
It's the only Dark Elf I don't have.
Yeah, he's not, congratulations, you're actually completely fine. He's very, very bad. But if they ever were to buff his multipliers, then I would think long and hard about Fatalis from an arena perspective, because of how nuts his kit is.
Okay.
But his multipliers are horrendous. So this is very much a hypothetical, you know what I mean?
Okay. My crazy love is Tremaria, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I've actually never used her.
Neither had I for about a year and a half. And then one day I was like, I don't know what I was doing, man, but I was looking at, I was doing it for my Raid Champions Guide channel. And I'm like, dude, I noticed that she has an AoE on the A1, an AoE on the A2, right? And I noticed that her multipliers were actually insanely high. Now, granted, she's attack base and she has an 892 base, right? Attack, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what if I just like loaded her with as much attack as humanly possible and threw in a curse set, like on my only team that didn't have a Hex in Hydra? Like, what can she do? And she's putting out like half Trunda damage for me, bro. Like 350 million of her. I'm dead serious, man. I'm dead serious. So I mean, I don't know how like ideal that is for everybody or whatever, but she's got decreased speed. Now she brings the Hex for me, and she just does so much damage, and she has a cleanse if I need it, on the A3. So I usually turn the A3 off because just maximizing damage, but anyway, I digress.
That's pretty cool. Cool build for her, though.
Try her out sometime. Knights Revenant.
Yeah, baby, Knights Rev.
Woo!
That's right.
You got
know who it's
first?
gonna be. I got first on this
Okay.
one, don't I? Because you went.
Yes,
Yeah, because
yes,
you went
yes,
first
yes,
last
yes,
time.
Lydia,
And
yeah.
you went Lydia. And thank God I have first on this one because Crixia, baby.
Aw,
Crixia,
man.
my Night Queen, my girl, my absurdly broken champion.
I love
give
me some Crixia.
Yeah, me too, baby. Night Queen Crixia for sure. Because, like, I mean, look, she's got Yumiko and she's got Kaimar and she strips and she blocks buffs.
She does everything.
She does it all. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going definitely Crixia for this for sure.
Here's a question. So I have Crixia. You know I love Crixia too, right? I think I ranked Crixia #1 mythical on your video. We did a collab on your, on Drock's channel, and yeah, I had her very, very high. So I want to ask though, if you were me, right? I'm sitting at around like 4,300 or so in live arena, right? So if you were me, Armand's is always first pick, obviously. Another video for another day, right? So when I don't pick, when I pick second, right? Yeah. Usually, I used to not pick Crixia. She's my fastest champion on my account, right? Hopefully no whales are listening to this, right? So I used to not pick Crixia, right? But now more people started getting Crixia, especially after that last 2x primal. So now I'm like, oh crap. A lot of people pick Crixia if I don't pick her. So now I go Siphi, Crixia, as my #2, as like if I pick second. Those are my first two choices. Yeah. What do you think is a good choice? Is a good strat?
That's exactly the choice. You can't let your opponent get Armands and Crixia. You can't let them have both.
That's what you know
and
when I have Armands, that's exactly what I do. I pick Crixia right afterwards. Yeah.
Like if they have Armands and they have Crixia,
you're dead.
I mean, like, good luck. I don't know. Like, who do you ban in that case? You know what I mean? Like, who do you ban? Like, you're really.
I either go. Yeah.
Like, you can hypothetically still win. It's just you're really relying on stuff like polymorph, or just like you got to pray to God you're faster, or some other stuff. But like, yeah, that's exactly the pick that I would usually go with is Siphi Crixia, unless I'm facing someone who I know has like really specific stuff that I know how to counter more of the roster. But yeah, that would be what I'd go with too, for sure.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna go actually with this is very tough, #2, right? But I still think I'm not gonna overthink it here. I'm gonna go Narcissus. I think that even without the queen, he still smacks. He's still amazing, you know? So that's my choice. Who would you go to?
He is really, really good. This is like a hard choice for me, but
like, geez, I mean, you can make a case for like 5 of these champions.
You really could. Like, this faction has improved so much in the last years. It's crazy how much better it's gotten from the days when like Solus was your best choice here, you know, realistically speaking, right?
Yeah. Rattle off a couple of your. I think
I'm gonna go Georgian. I think I'm gonna go Georgian just because I still think he's incredible. If you build him insanely fast, like 350 speed in arena, you could absolutely just destroy people. But I can see a really strong argument for, weirdly enough, like Theodore, Calvalax, or Ancora. Like, I don't know. There's so many really good champs in this faction now. It's really hard.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Even like Tomb Lord. I mean, there's a Tomb Lord, Drang. Like, I feel like they just keep going, and there's amazing champions everywhere. My favorite faction in the game. Dwarf time. Let's see. I forgot again. Is it? No, yeah, you had Crixia.
No, you had Crixia. Yeah.
I will go Newt. Not even close.
Yeah.
Next. I don't know what to say other than Blessed Bash is like a boss killer in every area of the entire game. It's the best enemy max HP ability in the game. And then he's got all that Fire Knight and anywhere else basically on that A1. I would go Newt. Not going to overthink. Maybe I messed up. I guess I'll give you a Crixia, right? Is that who you're going to go? Or
you give me a Crixia, you take Newt. But honestly, if I were picking between the two, I actually would rather have Newt, which is crazy because he's not a Void champion, and he was a fusion, correct? I think he was a fusion, right?
Yeah. But Crixia is better in Hydra, and I love Hydra.
Yeah, she definitely is better in Hydra. But you think about like Fire Knight and everything else, and it's like Newt's your boy.
Yeah. I feel like Newt's. It's hard not to go Trunda too, just because I want to dominate Hydra. You know?
Yeah, which is a requirement nowadays to have like a +4, fully empowered, awakened, god tier Trunda. But
what do you do? You use Torment in the arena?
What's funny is that Torment actually should be usable in the arena a lot. But at my level, because everybody has 6-star polymorph on almost every champion, you're just essentially setting yourself up to be turned into a sheep. But like, he's still like, if if polymorph were further balanced, appropriately, then he would absolutely be a champion I pick more often because he is such a hard speed counter.
Yes. Yes.
So
I still use him. I can get by with it a little bit more than you. I still use him, to your point, not all the time, but if my opponent starts leading off with freaking Lysandra Arbiter, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go Torment, you know? Shadowkin time.
It's me. It's me and Shadowkin.
Don't you dare. I think I know. This is very tough, but I think there's an obvious one here.
This is really hard, actually. Holy smokes, this is hard.
You could even go back and get Ninja on account that you can't even get Ninja anymore.
I know, dude. I'm actually really, really torn right now.
There's so many good Shadowkins, huh?
Yeah, I'm so torn.
Guys, I mean, look at this. This is an amazing champion. This is an amazing champion.
I don't know what to do. I'm actually torn. I think this is really okay. I think I'm going to pick this champion because I think about like how I could hypothetically use her in more content than I do in PvE, even though I don't. But she is so incredible in Arena that I can't say no. I think I'm gonna. This is really controversial, but I think I actually am gonna pick Harima. I don't know. Because I have Crixia. Because I have Crixia in this scenario. Yeah. I don't need Yumiko.
I feel betrayed.
Man, I'm second guessing myself already.
I will let you have her, my friend.
I'm doing it. I'm going to take her. I'm taking Harima.
I love Harima. It's funny because after I draft my Siphi and my Crixia, I will go Harima next. She'll be my nuker to go along with Siphi. So I love Harima as well. You want to talk about why you love her so much?
Yeah, you know, the thing is that she's become so much more important in Arena than she was even before, because if you look at the recent buffs that Plarium has done to Arena-based champions, they almost exclusively have, like, they might have increased multipliers a little bit, but the way that they've increased damage on a lot of different champions is just by adding ignore defense.
Yep.
And she is the one champion in the game that counters that hard stop, guaranteed, like, you know, even Narcissus gets countered by her because that, even though it's a passive, it's not one of the mastery passives that, you know, would be something that he ignores. So for me as an Arena player who, like, that's been my content for the longest time, Harima's kit is almost a necessity at high level Arena because it does let you counter so many champions now, even more than before. Queen Ava, Rhodos, Narcissus, you know, you name an ignore defense, Georgid, whatever.
Yeah, she's
good for all that stuff. So that's why I go Harima. But
I cannot argue. She's my favorite defense space. She might be my second. No, whatever. I love her as well for all the reasons you said. Dude, I was going through like Lady Kimmy, Ninja, Mishinaki, Harima, Yumeko, Ryo Bone Spear, Shuzen. I mean, there's so many unique and very good champions, but it's funny when Lady Mikage initially was announced as a fusion, I was like, she seems pretty good. She seems pretty good. Like, that was my initial thought. But now she's just, to me, it's weird. It took me a while to come around to being like the #1 fan of Lady Mikage. Like, she's one of my favorite champions in the game now. Her base stats are insane. Very easy to build as the fastest champion on her team. She got the ally attack. She's got the all ally attack, which is so strong. I use her in Hydra now. She's like made her way to one of my Hydra teams. She got the increased attack and increased crit damage, the best, you know, damage buffs on top of an ally attacker. The A2 is so broken. Like, there's no, it's funny, you read it quick and you're like, yeah, there's a million abilities like this, but there's not. It does everything to everybody. The increase, the decrease, the increase, the decrease on allies and enemies, all on a 3-turn cooldown. You've got the protection for your nukers. You've got the cleanse from the highest attack at the start of their turn. You've got the buff removal. You got the increased accuracy. You got the stun. You got the turn meter decrease.
I might have made a mistake here.
No. There's so many good options, honestly. This is an impossible one. But Lady Mikage, I truly think is a top 10 champion in the game. Like, I'm such a fan. Do you use her at all?
You know what? I don't use her nearly as much as I should, but you're absolutely right. She's actually super viable in high level Arena, and I do see her quite often.
I was going to ask. That was my next question. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see her as much as you might see some other champions, but I think she's actually more viable now even than she was before because of Armand's, because of the affinity.
Yes.
I actually think for all the reasons you just said that she makes an incredible amount of sense for the number one overall choice. You know what I mean? She's nuts. She really
is,
good
man.
champion.
It's just like, even Hydra is my most recent. I keep saying Hydra because I have her built for Arena, but I use her in Hydra in the same build. And it's just like, even the A2, but like everything else. The thing is I built Lady Mikage. I spent like, I'm not sure if you've ever done, I'm sure you've done this, right? But like kind of theory crafting on your own account, right? Where you just try, you basically have a team all ready to go. And then do you ever do this and you just sub in one champion to see who does more damage or who like what makes the team better?
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Like no one even came close to Lady Mikage on my hide. I was trying everybody, man, you know, and no one came close to the overall team damage because of all that she does. All right, Sylvan Watchers, you're up first, man.
No, you're first because I picked Tarima, so you're first.
Oh yes. Yeah, see,
ooh. Yes, you can tell that I am a very honorable man there,
yes.
Ash. I could have absolutely stolen that first pick. But no.
Thank you so much. No. I'm too much of a burnout, I guess. I don't know. Okay, this is a tough one too. What the frig?
It is tough. This is tough.
Do you have Feral?
I do have Feral, but I actually haven't used him, and I'm actually a goofball for not doing that because he's apparently
I was actually going to say I don't have him, and I was going to be like, dude, on the real here, bro, is he as good as everybody's saying he is? Because the way people talk about him is that he's like one of the top champions in the game, and I understand why. I just don't have him. You know, it's like I'm not like doubting it. It's just
I didn't get it when I first pulled him. I was like, oh, who cares? Like Feral the Barkhorn, this dude, like whatever. But then I started seeing him in a lot of. He's a Christmas tree. Like, oh wow, so cool. And he's got skulls. Yeah, it is actually kind of cool now that I think about it. But yeah, he's actually apparently really, really, really good. So I've been kind of sleeping, not building him. So I'll have to do that and let you know next time we collab, like what I think.
Yeah, you got to try out that like Spirit of the North on like Turvold or something, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, I'm going to go with, I really love Grand Oak. I really love Elva. I wouldn't choose her, but I actually do think that Estrid or whatever is a lot better than I gave her. Like I wasn't down on her in the beginning, but she's super fast. And the best thing about her is she does the increased speed, the increased attack, and the decreased speed, and the weaken, and the turn meter all in one turn, basically, you know, because of the extra turn. You know, that's so much that one champion can do. But it's our base. I'm going to go mythical again. I hate to keep going mythical, but it is what it is. our bias. How do you say her freaking name?
I say our bias is how I roll, but
right,
our bias, our bias, our
I really like our bias without going over entire kit because I've already talked about like 5 champions. I'm really cheating here. This ability, this continuous heal with the taunt and the stone skin is so annoying to go against. The rest of the kit on the other form like isn't perfect, but the base form is really strong too. The increased attack, increased accuracy, and the turn meter fill is great, but it's really the Verdant Rebirth with the passive that makes her so crazy. It's the remove buffs from enemies, increase the duration of all ally buffs, revive on death for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, but 30% chance of placing a petrification on the attacker whenever an ally with the revive on death is attacked. A lot of control built in there too, plus the speed in all battles. That's my choice. Who you got?
Yeah, that's a great choice. She is awesome. I mean, it's got to be Saoirse, right? No, I'm kidding.
I hate Saoirse.
I hate Saoirse so much. She's like the Harrier of legendary champions.
She really is. She does have a fan club though, because every time I throw shade her way, a few people comments.
Oh no, I pissed off another set of people now.
Pissed off. But you know what? You pissed off the people who like have her because they spent a lot of money and they're trying to convince themselves that she's good. You know?
Good. This is good. So now I've got free to play enemies and now I've got spender enemies.
Yes!
Well done.
Welcome to the club.
Full circle.
Right. Who you got?
I'm going Grand Oak Podrick, actually. I'm going Grand Oak.
Not a bad choice.
I haven't built him yet, but when I look at his kit, I've heard like from other people who have him, like that he is extremely good for like PvE based content. And I don't think I had an ally attacker on my team, so I definitely need that for myself. But his passive is just kind of crazy.
Yes.
You look at his passive and like every turn he's putting buffs on everybody.
Exactly like, what they need, you know?
Exactly what they need, which is nuts. So yeah, I think Podrick's got to be the play here. He's a really interesting, cool looking champion.
He really is. I feel like you could you could easily flip a coin between him and Arbias or whatever the hell. Like
Arby's is her new name.
Arby's. Got you.
We got the meats.
Dude, you're right though. This passive is like, it's so nice. Because when I used him on a Hydra, actually he was one of the ones that Lady Mikage beat out on my playtesting. No offense to Grando, because Lady Mikage is a beast.
Oh.
But it's so cool because you go in, you're like, oh crap, I forgot to increase attack champ. You're like, oh yeah, no, I don't. He's right here. Like, oh, I forgot to increase defense champion for my, oh, no, he's got that too. Like, it's just so nice to have all that stuff on that passive. Plus, the rest of his kit's great too, you know? So,
yeah, and like
great
healing,
choice.
like destroyed max HP is one of those things that's sneaky good in Hydra when you think about like the Head of Decay. Yeah. Just like kind of being annoying over time. So, yeah, I think Podrick's my boy.
I think that's a great choice, man. Well, hey, what a hell of a video, man. I hope people enjoyed it as much as we did, or I did at least. I don't want to speak for you, you know?
Dude, I literally could talk, you know what's hilarious? I could talk raid with you all day long. So,
hey, the podcast coming soon. No, but it's honestly, Drock, it's a pleasure to have you, dude. Let's go do a quick collab on your channel. And guys, thanks for watching all the way till the end. Really appreciate it. Give Drock some love. Again, all his links will be in the show notes below. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.